Welcome back to this week's episode of Inside Politics. I'm Rianda Wenther. Starting with number 5. In the next few weeks, it's expected that President Donald Trump will be nominating 2 former members of Congress, Scott Garrett and Spencer Baucus, to 2 positions at the United States Export-Import Bank. Garrett will be filling the role of Export-Import President for a 4-year term, and Baucus will be filling a role on the bank's board of directors. Number 4. This past Thursday, President Donald Trump privately signed a bill that allows any state to withhold federal money from organizations like Planned Parenthood that provide abortion services. This bill reverses a regulation set in place during former President Barack Obama's presidency that prohibited states from withholding money from facilities that perform abortions. Number 3. As a part of the Pentagon's effort to reassure European allies following recent Russian aggression, over the weekend, new United States Air Force stealth fighters arrived in the UK. The F-35A jets will be tackling several weeks of training with other U.S. aircraft and crews, and also some from North Atlantic Treaty Organization allies. Number 2. Following campaign promises for more aggressive immigration enforcement, a Department of Homeland Security draft explains new steps in the immigration enforcement plan. President Donald Trump and his administration have called for a vast increase in the capacity to detain and deport undocumented immigrants. And finally, number 1. Following Saturday's military parade where North Korean leader Kim Jong-un displayed their newest missiles and launchers, an attempted missile launch on Sunday reportedly failed. Following this failed launch, U.S. and South Korean intelligence officials are still trying to determine what type of missile was used. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Inside Politics. Now, if you'd like to hear a breakdown of varying opinions for this week's number 1 news story, stay tuned as we'll be going right into Inside Politics editorial. This week's number 1 news story is over the conflict in North Korea. From their military parade on Saturday to a failed missile launch on Sunday, many U.S. government officials are weighing in on the topic of North Korea, including many strong opinions. To start off, Republican Representative Ed Royce displayed his concern over the weekend for his home state of California and also for the entire country as North Korea's abilities continue to advance. He has called for international sanctions on a group of Chinese banks to stop their business with North Korea. In an interview on CNN's State of the Union, Utah Representative Mia Love encouraged the Trump administration to engage with Congress, explaining she does not yet know what President Trump's administration's strategy on North Korea is. National Security Advisor Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster explained on Sunday that all of our options are on the table in reaction to the North Korean nuclear program, but he hopes the U.S. will not use military force. Vice President Mike Pence told CNN that Trump's administration will be abandoning the failed policy of strategic patience, and the new approach toward the North Korean regime will be much different than that of past U.S. presidents. On Monday, North Korea's deputy UN ambassador accused the United States of turning the Korean peninsula into the world's biggest hotspot. That concludes this week's episode of Inside Politics and Inside Politics editorial. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on our weekly episodes. I'm Rianda Wenther, and I'll see you next week.